Breaking news, my country people. E don shele for London o. Some Nigerians and also some foreign students in London staged a protest on Saturday in front of the Nigerian High Commission, demanding President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reverse of his anti-poor policies and to drop all charges against those arrested during the #EndBadGovernance protest. Everywhere dey hot for London, my country people, and this demonstration was organized by a group of socialist students under the banner of Fight for Socialism. These protesters, who comprised of black and white students, displayed placards with inscriptions such as "Drop all charges and release protesters," and to reverse all anti-poor policies. In a viral video, they were seen chanting, "Tinubu thief, Tinubu thief. When I say Tinubu, you say thief." I mean, these guys were voicing out their discontent with the government's treatment of the #EndBadGovernance protesters. And the group demands include not only the release of the detained protesters, but also to bring an end to the policies they believe harmed Nigeria's poorest citizens. Now, this protest took place at the Nigerian High Commission in WC2N 5BX London, where they chanted multiple times, calling Tinubu a thief, calling him thief, ole, thief, ole. My country people, Tinubu don see something for this Nigerian students' hand for London. No be small thing dey happen o. So Nigerians living in a working country whose life are better are protesting, while the ones suffering from hunger and hardship are defending what an irony. Only Tinubu will travel to different countries only in 1 year in office with empty brain. No president in Africa will leave his country 4 days in a year, but Tinubu will always leave the country. Now, Tinubu is the punishment of God upon Nigeria for tribalism and religious bigotry. IPOB is abroad. This is a trailing news, the most wicked and heartless leader ever in Nigeria history. Come home and protest, make I see something. They can call him whatever they like, but Jagaban remains the president. Okay guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. So my country people, no be small thing o. President Tinubu eye don see shege for dis London students hand for London. These guys are protesting like they summoned courage. They were calling Tinubu a thief. Imagine the president of Nigeria, the chairman of ECOWAS being called a thief in London by students. Guys, if this protest happened in Nigeria, you know what would have happened now? Had it been this protest took place in Nigeria, these guys would have been arrested by now. I'm sure some of them might have been arrested, or they would have been charged to court for treason, or one nonsense charge that doesn't have head. They would have been charged to court for terrorism financing. The Nigerian police would tag them as terrorists. But these guys in London, comprised of Nigerian students and also foreign students, who knew the plight of Nigerians, what Nigerians are going through in Nigeria, and the bad policies of this government, decided to stage a protest in London and called for Tinubu's reversal of his anti-poor policies and to release the detained #EndBadGovernance protesters. That means they know what's happening. You see, sometimes I feel that our president does not have shame. Seriously. I feel that our president does not have shame, because how can he be so shameless? He will travel to other countries where he knows that they know what he's doing to his people in his country, and then he will go there begging for partnership, that they should come and invest in Nigeria. Look at how he's treating his people, his own people, arresting protesters, detaining them, charging them with terrorism financing and calling them terrorists. Meanwhile, the real terrorists are out there terrorizing people, but they are doing nothing about it. But when it comes to protesters are being tagged as terrorists. But he will go to other countries and invite them that investors should come in. How would investors come into this kind of country where you are treating your citizens like slaves? To an extent, some people find it hard to speak because they know that at any given point in time, the police might come and pick them up because of what they say against the government. People don't have freedom of speech anymore in Nigeria. So if I were Tinubu, I would be ashamed of myself. Yes, Tinubu should be ashamed because students are calling him thief. Imagine a president where people will call you a thief. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Look at how Nigerians in abroad are protesting. The people in the country are also protesting against one man. Tinubu should get the message that Nigerians are tired of him. The people are tired of his administration. Things are not easy. Things are not easy. And I really hope that Nigerians will open their eyes now, because at this point our politicians, they don't care. All they care about is stocking money for themselves and their unborn children and their unborn generations. You see how these students are protesting, calling Tinubu a thief, calling him Ole, saying he should release the detained #EndBadGovernance protesters. That means they are aware. And other world leaders are aware. ECOWAS leaders are aware of what Tinubu is doing. So why can't they call him to order? Someone that claims to be the chairman of ECOWAS, look at what he's doing to his own people in his own country. And those ECOWAS leaders, they are not calling him to order. The world leaders, nobody is calling Tinubu to order. To say, stop all these things, or stop coming to my country. Must he go to their country? Every time, always looking for one country or the other to go to. He doesn't have shame. When his country is upside down, he travels and leaves the country for who to run the country. Leaves the country. It's not as if he picks one or two things from other countries to implement in Nigeria. He goes to UK, goes to other foreign countries that their leaders have made the country better. So for relaxation and enjoyment and vacation, and then comes back to Nigeria to press our necks so that we will not breathe. Well, it is shameful. It is shameful that Tinubu has been degraded, in London by Nigerian students, even foreign students sef. They don't talk say Tinubu na thief, say na Ole him be. All those bad policies, making reverse am. All those anti-poor policies, the hike in the fuel price, the hike in the electricity price, the electricity tariff hike. He should reverse all his anti-poor policies, and also to release the detained #EndBadGovernance protesters. Look at people that came out to protest, to arrest them for what? So they are demanding for their release. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.